Hey guys, so the 8th anniversary is coming to a close, but with that we have some good stuff on the way to kind of round out, say thank you, all that fun stuff. What we have is the 8th anniversary battle. So the two primary things that this drops is stones. I believe it is 88 or more, I forget off the top of my head. It's been a while since we played it on JP, but we do also have the kind of the main prize, aside from finishing out your summons, maybe pulling a unit here that you don't have. But the primary thing is the EX skill orbs that we are going to be acquiring from the 8th anniversary battle event. So kind of to quickly break down each, like not too long, but each fight of this, basically what we're going to be doing is going through the history of the game with the anniversaries, and you are going to be doing a fight against each anniversary LR until you get down to the 7th and the 8th stage, where you pick a side of the map. You go left or you go right, and you fight either like the Blue Boys or Gogeta, or in the 8th year case, you fight the GT Duo or the Boo Duo. So with the missions for those last two, you're going to have to do both. But in this video, I want to break down how you're going to be able to get these all in all, right? So the first fight we have is against an Int Janemba and then an STR Gogeta. You can see here the effects that they have. You can't stun, you can't attack lower, you can't defensive lower, some other stuff like that. What is this one? This is Boss can evade, and then this one is nullifies Ki Blast super attacks. So that can be slightly annoying, but not a big deal. We have the 2nd anniversary one, very basic stuff against Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Then we have a fight against Vegito and Gogeta from the 3rd anniversary. These are two separate fights on the map, but you are going to do both in one run anyway. And then it's the same thing with the 4th anniversary. You're going to be fighting these two at the same time, and then the LR versions at the same time. And I do believe for this, you have a countdown in this fight, as indicated by this symbol right here. And then it's the same thing right down here, where we have to have like countdowns for super attacks and stuff like that, where the first fight is against Vegito, the 2nd fight is against Gogeta, the typings are corresponding here. The 6th fight, we have Evolution Blue Vegeta as well as UI Goku. You can take these guys out before they transform in a certain amount of turns, so that certainly does help. And then the 7th anniversary, we pick between the fights, so you go this side against the gods, and then you go this side against the Super Saiyan 4s, and then on this side it's the same thing with the GT Duo and the Boo Duo. So, into how to get the skill orbs. You guys can see here that the way to get all the skill orbs for each one, there's going to be 3 missions to get each orb, as well as stones for clearing. So you guys can see here, we have 8 right here, so we have 8 and then the skill orbs. So the effects of the skill orbs, before we get into how to get them, the first skill orb is for bronze. So for each one of these units, you're going to get 1, and it is defense plus 800. So that is like for the bronze one, you usually just get these ones for clearing the stages, so you get plus 800 defense. Then we have the gold one, which is 6 crit as well as 200 or 400 defense, excuse me. And like the conditions are going to be the same for all these. You're going to be able to put these on all of your anniversary LRs. And then for the gold slot, we have combo attack or additional plus 6. So if I say crit here for 6, and then additional 6 for here, and then we are going to again be able to equip this to every anniversary LR. So with that being said, we have missions that you're going to be able to get that with. So the first one is without support items and 5 types. And then the 2nd stage is going to be your 16 set, like, so this is going to be 16 stones after we count up this 8. Oh, excuse me. As well as the defense plus 8 for each of these 2 units. And then we have for this one, it is no items and 5 types. So you basically just want to bring your best team, no item, and make sure you have one of all 5 types. Then for the 3rd stage, it is going to again be the same thing with support items and types, or no support items and types, and we are going to be up to 24 stones and 3 of these orbs again, skill orbs again, or 6 of these in total for the 3rd year anniversary LRs, and this is going to bring us up to 24 stones. So here we go. Coming up here, we have the 32nd stone as well as the defense again, but instead of it being a no or a all types run this time, you're going to want to clear it within 4 turns. When we get to stage 5, it's going to be without support items and all 5 types, as you can see on the screen here. We have up to 40 stones at this point, so we are looking good already. 5 stages in, we're at 40 stones and some of the best, or the best skill orbs in the game for your anniversary LRs. And then stage 6, it is going to be a little bit different this time, because we're back to the turn restriction. We need to be able to beat it within 5 turns, and the no item runs are turned off from here. So we are up to 48 stones here, all 5 types, 5 turns, and then we get the EX skill orbs for the 6-year anniversary LRs. Definitely going to want to put these on all of your units unless you're like a full dodge kind of guy, and maybe you want to save it. But really, I don't see any point in not using these orbs, because like you just can't put them on anything else. So when we get to the 7th stage, we have 16 stones coming from this one, so we are now up to 64. It's going to be 80 stones from this, if I'm not mistaken, because so it's like 6 times 8 is 48. And then we have 16 here, that is up to 64, yes. So then we have these orbs right here for everybody, and then this time it's going to be 5 turns, or 5 types and 7 turns. So items are allowed. I recommend you just bring a Bulma attack item that lasts 5 turns, and then you pop that twice throughout the fight, and you should have attack up the entire time. And that way you're going to be up to 64 stones, as well as EX orbs for the 7-year anniversary LRs, who hopefully you guys have pulled dupes for throughout the course of the 8-year anniversary, so that way you can use the gold slot. Now, this one might be a little bit of a stock for people because you might have to be able to hold on to the gold one, but this one is going to be the same idea as the one above it, but the only difference is between these last 2 stages and every other one is there's separate routes to take. So if you want to get all your stones and the orb for each LR, you need to make sure you clear it 2 times, but going on either sides. So what I'd recommend doing, or what I did in my video, is I fought the Boo duo for the missions and then the GT duo without the missions. So that way I ended up with 80 total stones, then EX orbs for all of my anniversary LRs. So kind of looking at that, that is how you're going to be able to do it. So with that being said, I have individual guys that will be going up for each stage coming up very soon, and it should be just fine. When it comes to the 8th stage, you guys need to know, I'll kind of just show you what's on the screen here. We have Spirit Bomb gauges with each turn, right? What you can do is it goes down by super attacks, right? So as long as you're doing super attacks against that and hitting crits, I found, is how you manage to keep the orbs, or not the orbs, but the gauge for the Spirit Bomb down, and it's not as much of a problem anymore. It absolutely can sneak up on you, but you just need to make sure that you're constantly doing crits, doing double, triple supers with your units, like using the 5-year LRs, doing their 3 to 4 supers every turn. It's going to be pretty easy to keep that gauge down. So that is kind of how you get all of these skill orbs. And again, if we kind of wanted to, I'm not going to like pull this up on the screen now, but like if we wanted to just take a quick look, most of the time when you have some of these anniversary LRs, you're going to be looking at something along the lines of, so like I'm going to pull up my UI Goku on my screen. You're not going to see this right now, but the way that I have him set up with the orbs is he has plus, I believe it is, if we go to the hidden potential system, he has plus 7,200 defense from the equipments. So like in total is plus 7,200 with the equipment. So like normally it would be like plus 5,400. We get an additional 1,800 from the equipment, right? And then we have 26 additional and 12 crit. I would probably throw a little bit more dodge on him, but that's just how I have him built right now. I'm kind of an advocate of the no dodge on UI Gokus because they have their chance innately. But yeah, so that's just kind of like an example, right? Or if I go down to, again, you can't see this on the screen, but if I go to the LR Gods, they have plus 6,110 defense, and then 21 additional and 11 crit, and that is mostly coming from the basis of these orbs. So that is kind of like the general idea of how these are going to play out. So you want to make sure, especially if you're a global player, even if you're a JP player and you haven't done this yet, you absolutely need to get on this and make sure that you have these orbs, because these can take your anniversary LRs to the next level and make them look even better, have higher defense, and all that kind of fun stuff. So let me know down below if you are excited to play this event. And like I said, we will have individual guides going up for each stage the day that the event does come out. This will be live in 2 days. So if you ask down in the comments, I will tell you the same thing. It's going to be live on the 6th, and you'll be able to take care of it. And a guide for each and every one of the stages will be going up individually by the hour when the event drops. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and stay tuned for the guides coming up on each of the stages, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.